Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are still working our way through the test drive flashpoint for the fancy new quad mechs that have been added, and we're going to continue that. There is apparently consecutive deployment in this, but we haven't seen it yet. This is an assassinate mission, and let's see what ends up happening here. Once again, I'm assuming that we are locked to only having 4 mechs here. I'm just going to grab some random mech warriors because it kind of doesn't matter. We don't have anyone with affinities for these mechs. So that is fine, and I just want to double check. Yes, only 4 units. Okay. So there we go. We are ready to go here. This is going to be dual Goliaths, a Barghest, and a Snow Fox. So this is fairly close, I think, to what we had before, but hopefully this isn't as crappy as our first loadout was. That was bad. Like, those mechs were poorly equipped. Our second group was better. There's no doubt about that. Even though I think the tonnage was a little lower, they were still quite a lot better. But I guess we'll see when this consecutive deployment happens, if it happens after this one. Maybe there's just a mistake there and there isn't actually consecutive deployment, but it's flagged as there being. I don't know. We'll see. Naturally, we don't care about taking damage as long as our mech warriors survive. That's the only real thing here. I do like the way that quad mechs are feeling. I mean, they're going to be very hardpoint limited compared to other bipedal mechs because of arm hardpoints, but it's certainly interesting. So we need to destroy the local government leadership and escape. We've decided to use these mechs' advanced maneuverability to destroy the local government's leadership. I hope that this is within your abilities, Commander. Well, I guess that makes sense. Well, kind of. I mean, quads are not super fast, necessarily. I mean, the Snow Fox is pretty fast. But it's more the fact that they can face any direction and still have a firing arc, right? I mean, that's a pretty handy thing, for sure.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Fantastic. All systems are nominal, so we will go ahead and begin this mission. Let's do so. Let's see what we've got here. This is an assassinate mission. We may or may not have allies. Oh, it's very foggy again. Okay. It's going to be hard to see, I guess. Yikes. We're receiving a transmission from the Duchess. I see him up there. I bet he thinks he can drive us off planet. Don't let him out of this alive, Commander. Well, that seems pretty straightforward. This is very foggy. Okay. So, I mean, zoomed in down here is less foggy. Is there an option to reduce the fog? Like, let's check. Because this is absurd. It's not even like Fog of War, right? It's just the video here. The video options. Fog. No fog. Okay. No fog. Mod settings? Probably not. Might be something in the RogueTech settings, but it's very difficult to see right now. We're gonna have to play it like this as well, so that's not great. Like, I can barely see, and I'm definitely a little concerned about what the YouTube compression is gonna do to this.
You betcha.
So that's a thing. Hopefully it's okay.
Spot for an ambush. Be careful, Commander. You don't want to get caught in a crossfire.
Okay, where are these guys at? It's still round 1, so we don't actually have sensors. Now it's round 2. We're going to reserve... Oh, wait.
Sounds smart. Cooling.
We didn't have any, Right, okay. So we need to find out where the enemies are. Over here, there's a Locust. There is an Urban Mech. Those are the reinforcements. The supporting forces are up over here. We see a Barghest, we see a Blue Flame, we see a Barghest, and we see a Snow Fox Prime. The actual leader is up over here in a Snow Fox 1. Okay. See, down at this level, there's basically no fog. I feel like this might be a bug, honestly, the amount of fog. This can't be intended, right? It can't be. It just can't be.
I hear ya.
So we need to make our way up over this direction and start taking out some of these units. Our Snow Fox is actually not getting that many evasive pips. 5 is better.
Going turbo.
So we'll make our way on up, and we can fire on this Blue Flame, we can fire on the Snowfox Prime, or we can fire on the Barghest. How much armor does that Blue Flame have? 860? Okay, we're going to fire on the Snowfox Prime.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
A solid hit there. And we're going to keep trying to evasion tank with this Snowfox B. But we're going to need to move our Goliath on up. We barely get LOS over here.
Roger that. No shooting. Just
And we're going to be firing on this Blue Flame. Actually, decent hit odds, surprisingly. I'm going to Warlord to boost that. I don't want to stray shot the Snowfox if we can help it.
Locking on target.
Solid hits there. Okay. Snowfox 1 moving up over that way. Sounds good. So, this is an interesting loadout. Dual medium variable speed pulse lasers. So these are better when you are moving slowly, correct? Correct. Okay. So we're going to sprint forward. This is not exactly moving slowly, but let's go ahead and give this a go. We can only fire the light PPCs and the MMLs. We'll go ahead and Warlord to boost those odds a little bit.
Locking on.
And we'll fire on that Blue Flame. Reasonable hits there. Sensor impairments. Always good.
Ready for...
Okay, the Goliath is running dual MML7s, has stealth armor, and medium pulse laser and an ERPPC. So we're going to just sprint up over here.
All in A.
Interesting that we've got a stealth Goliath, but okay. The Barghest is fireable, but we could also fire at the Blue Flame, and that's the better option here.
Locking on.
We should be nearly through that Blue Flame's armor in some locations. And the enemies are still quite a ways out, so we're not really expecting to take too much fire here. Probably a little bit shooting at this Snowfox, but we need to keep the Snowfox moving for sure. The Snowfox Prime moves up, fires at our Snowfox, does hit it with one laser. That's okay. And then they're going to move their Blue Flame. What is the evasion on that Snowfox, though? Not ours, theirs. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Can't take many
Multiple
more
hits
like
on
that.
5 evasion pips. Sad. The Barghest moves up, also fires on that Snowfox. Doesn't get anything of note. Okay. That's good. So on this guy, 3 evasion. Okay. Well, they missed both of their AC-20s, but they hit the PPC there. Definitely bad luck that they were succeeding that. That UAC-20 is probably jammed, not out of ammo.
Commander?
So our Snowfox is absolutely going to need to sprint here and just keep moving. Like, the Snowfox is already super close to dead, just because they got some lucky hits there. So we're going to make our way up over this way and just continue that. We're even going to Vigilance it to drop the pips there. And we're going to fire rear arc on this Barghest. We're not expecting too much here, but maybe a little more than that. 24 damage to the Barghest will do, though. Okay.
Receiving.
At this point, our Barghest is going to move on in.
Moving out.
We could fire on theirs, or we could fire on their Snowfox or on their Blue Flame. Either of these would be pretty decent. We're much better hit odds on the Blue Flame, so we're going to go for that. This is a big ol' overheat, though, and that is because of the variable speed pulse lasers, for sure. So we're only going to fire the one variable speed pulse laser here.
Roger.
Sadly, we missed quite a lot there. We did manage to get some decent internal damage into that Blue Flame. Okay, the Snowfox is still running around over there.
Receiving you.
Our Goliath with the AC-10 dual SRM-4 is going to continue on forward, lumbering. And I'd love to fire on that Blue Flame, and we don't have Warlords, sadly, but that's what we're going to do. Ooh, a solid hit on that front leg there.
Think I hit Something
That's
good.
unsteady on the blue flame. We can very likely get a knockdown on it here. And that's great. We're very pleased about that. I'm less pleased about the state of our Snow Fox, if I'm honest. Okay, they missed everything there. And they kind of backed their Snow Fox. How many evasive does that have? Only one.
Waiting for orders.
So our Goliath is going to step up over here.
Roger that.
I still think that we're better off hitting their blue flame over their Snow Fox, but the Snow Fox is probably the next target, next round. Do we have a Warlord here? We do. We're going to do that to help our clustering rolls.
Let's see how you like this.
We missed the PPC again. Sad. But that's still a knockdown on the blue flame. That was pretty much all armor damage. But there we go. Now, he gets up this round. He hasn't moved yet. We'll see what he wants to do. He is at 1 health currently. Who do they move phase 11? We don't know, but we'll find out. Somebody way out there that we don't really care about. Not yet, anyway. Sounds good. Okay, phase 9. That's going to be this Barghest. Now, we could lose our Snow Fox at any time here, because they got super lucky on their first round of shooting at it. Oh, wow. That many hits. On 6 evasive bits. Okay. We have to eject our Snow Fox. They've gotten super lucky. The blue flame gets up. Like, they've gotten a million hits on 5 and 6 evasive pips. Honestly, our evasion has barely done anything for this Snow Fox. So at this point, we're just going to eject. I don't want to lose cold fire over this.
Ejecting.
We're out of there. Unfortunately, that means that we have one mech that did basically nothing this whole time, and we're heavily outnumbered. So, this could be interesting, but as we close in, we should be able to clear these guys out pretty easily. And our other mechs are fairly well armored, but these aren't the best loadouts. They're okay. But they're not great. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say that some of them are pretty bad. But some of them aren't. So that's
What's up,
fine.
boss?
We're going to move forward with our Barghest here. Now, this thing is still running pretty hot.
Position confirmed.
But we can then fire on the blue flame, and we're going to have to not fire the variable speed pulse lasers here. How much heat does that ER flamer bring in? Quite a bit, actually. We might be better off doing something like this. And that's what we'll do. Are we better off in SRM mode? Yes, we are.
Engaging target.
Okay, so there's that blue flame down.
Target eliminated. Watch my heat.
Excellent. Next up, our Goliath is going to lumber on forward over here. I'd like to position somewhere where we don't have an obstructed LOS on that Snow Fox. And let's go ahead and fire on it. We're not expecting too much out of this, but let's see. Some internal damage there. Front hip destruction.
Reporting. Critical hit.
That'll do.
Yes.
And then this Goliath will come on forward. This one should be able to do much better, although it's also running pretty hot. We run this in SRM mode. Yeah, we want to run it in LRM here. Small overheat, but we accept that. We'd love to see that Snow Fox out of here. We got some good crits on it there,
Now that is
but it's not a
something.
knockdown due
Commander,
to quad.
I'm starting to cook.
All of these guys are probably going to move after the Snow Fox as well. So there's that. Okay, the Barghest moves up and is now able to engage us. Stray-shotting us. That's rude.
I'm showing minor damage.
Indeed. That UAC-20 is now unjammed, and he becomes a pretty big target, actually.
Oh,
Ooh, a head hit
Oh,
there.
that hit
That's
me.
really rude. Okay.
Let's do this.
So our Goliath is going to step forward here.
Confirmed.
And what is the weaponry on this? AC-10, dual large, or the large laser, dual SRM-4s. I think we go for the kill on the Snow Fox, and then we start focusing this Barghest. Do it.
Firing all weapons.
Okay, that'll be a knockdown. We got an engine crit there. That Snow Fox isn't dead yet. I still say that them getting all those hits with 6+ evasive pips, well, 5+ evasive pips, very unlucky. But that's okay.
Ready for
Our
orders.
Barghest, this is our hot runner, is going to step forward here. This guy is spooky to us, but we're going to finish off this Snow Fox here, as well as sink a little bit of heat. So we'll do something kind of like this. This is likely a kill.
Taking the shot.
There we go. So the Snow Fox is down.
Tango down.
And now we need to finish off this guy in particular. That's a 2T there. This is a 7S. So yeah, this is the scary one. He's got the dual, or rather the Ultra AC-20. So that's who we go for next. Now they have units closing in on us. That's fine. The reinforcements are down over here. The supporting forces are what we're fighting right now. And then this is the leader, which is just a Snow Fox.
Hey there.
So this Goliath is going to step forward here.
Move order received.
And we are going to begin lighting up this Barghest. Now, we're not going to fire the medium pulse laser. Actually, we're going to not fire the ERPPC, maybe due to heat concerns? No, we're not going to fire the SRMs. Oh, man. This heat is rough. I feel like it's this.
Here you go.
Okay, so we stripped some armor off of there.
Generating a lot of heat, Commander.
But this is where the pain comes in. Let's see what they do with that UAC-20. They missed twice. Okay. We don't care so much about the PPC. However, there's an electrical transformer here, but they are just outside of it. Okay. That's a lot of damage there. For sure. I don't really like these mech loadouts again. It's not going super amazingly because of the loadouts, but we're going to move up over here where we've got a building between us and this Barghest. We're going to focus on this one instead. We're going to toss in the ER Flamer, and I would love to fire the variable speed pulse lasers, and this is kind of the best we can hope for right now. I'm going to Warlord to boost those odds. Let's see what we get.
Target confirmed.
Quite a lot of damage there. I like it. But I'm very glad that they isolated each other. So we're going to move this Goliath up over... I would love to get up into Side Arc, and that's exactly what we can do. We can position it here, and then we can fire on this Barghest Side Arc. I love it.
Confirmed.
So that's a structure exposure, and he's unsteady. He does not move until phase 9. So this Goliath, which is also running hot, is going to head up this way. Sadly, we don't get into that same Side Arc.
Affirmative.
But we can absolutely not fire the ERPPC, but fire the medium pulse laser, and this is primarily just crit fishing at this point.
Locked on target.
That is a lot of hits into that internal structure area. And it's dead. Perfect.
Hope
Beautiful.
we salvage that.
That's fantastic. Yeah, there's a Locust out there. That's not too concerning. This Barghest is the concerning one. He's going to be able to fire on our Goliath here. This could hurt. He missed twice. 3 times, actually. That's pretty huge. He's running hot.
Commander.
So our Goliath is going to come in over here. We're going to try not to block this LOS. That said, we're going to position here in this side arc. Do we have a Warlord? We do. Boost those hit odds. Hit him side arc. This is in his strong side. He did jam his UAC-20 again, or he's out of ammo. We're not sure which.
Giving them everything I got.
Okay, so there's some armor reduction there. Where is that UAC-20 of his? Actually, isn't it mostly in CT for... We don't actually know where the location of that is. Let's see. Yeah, there's quite a bit in torsos, so that's fine. We're going to walk in over here with our bar guest, and
Affirmative.
what we're looking to do is overheat him. We can't fire our variable speed pulse laser here unless we don't fire the PPC, but yeah, it's going to have to be something more like this. And I guess that's what we're okay with.
Affirmative.
Solid hits there. Engine crits.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
He moves phase 13, so we move before he does. And as long as we can hit that same side arc, I'm reasonably confident that this is a kill. Can we fire the ERPPC here? I think we can get away with it. Do it.
Copy that.
UAC-20 ammo destruction there. Engine destruction. Beautiful.
Bad guy down. It's over the red line.
Okay.
Deep damage.
So far, so good. Now, they've got the Snow Fox over here. They've got a Locust down over here. That Locust is going to have a lot of evasive, and it's standing behind a building. We're probably just going to head over this way for the Snow Fox. Actually, let's reserve and see what they do.
Roger that. Standing by.
I'd like them to move first right now. Snow Fox just kind of running around over there. This is something that we don't see on sensors just yet.
Waiting for the right move.
And there's the Locust. What I want is for it to expose itself. This is good. This is really good. He only has 2 evasive.
Receiving it.
This is foolish. I don't know why he's doing this, but okay. We're going to move up over this way, and we are going to fire on this Locust. Just like so. This could very easily kill him.
Aye, aye.
At the very least, it legged him. This Locust is dead. No way around it. That Locust dies. That was exactly the positioning I was hoping that they would end up in. We're going to just continue to move down the road and use our swivel to take out the Locust here. We can't fire the ERPPC due to heat, but that's okay. That's the Locust down. We can see that there's only 3 in the reinforcement lance.
How's it going?
Excellent. The Goliath is just going to sprint down over this way. We don't have access to shoot at anything over here. But I do believe that there's a ramp up over here. Yeah, there is. So ramp up there, ramp up here, and then that would allow us to fire on the Snow Fox in theory. Alternatively, we can come around this way, which is a long ways out of our way.
Good to go.
That's okay. We're going to keep closing in over here.
Got it. Run, don't shoot.
And we're just going to sink our heat for the time being.
Double time. Let's go.
Making our way up towards that ramp. Okay, we see an Irby out there. Where was that Irby? Still out over this way? I have no idea where that Irby is. Okay. We're going to continue to head over this way.
Affirmative.
Excellent. Heat is gone, so now we're going to be able to move faster. None of these have jump jets, do they? I should double check that.
Orders.
No jump jets? Okay. Sounds good. What's that Snow Fox going to do? Head over this way. Is there any way through over here? Not really. Okay.
Receiving you. Let's move.
This is going to be interesting to see how we're going to get there, to be sure. There's that urban mech again out there somewhere. There he is. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
There's also an additional unit out there. We don't exactly know where that is or what that is. But it shouldn't be anything too major. This is it moving right now. Yeah, whole lot of nothing there. Snow Fox heading off over this way.
Receiving you.
Okay, so at this point, It's going to be awkward for us to get there, isn't it? Unless we're able to walk through this, but I don't think that we are. We're going to head up over here and hope that it gives us a shot at it.
Commander,
If not, we'll have to go... Oh, hello. That's a shot.
on it.
I just want to check odds. Yeah, definitely going to go for the Snow Fox here. We'll Warlord that. And I do want to fire the variable speed, or at least one variable speed pulse laser here.
Primary target is taking aim.
Reasonable hits there. Quite a lot of armor damage. Great. I like it. That's fantastic. So that's a Wolfhound. Okay. Sounds good.
Light damage, Commander.
Next up is our other Goliath, which can move up to here. This is an ideal location. We move up. We're going to Warlord. And we're going to fire the PPC. Odds are not amazing. We'll fire MMLs in LRM mode.
Targeting for an elf strap.
Took out a couple of ER small lasers. Not great, but hopefully it doesn't go out of LOS here. The ERB moves up, fires on our Barghest. Doesn't get a lot done there.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Okay. We actually move our Barghest before the Snow Fox moves. That's huge. We're going to step up over here. And we're not going to fire the variable speed pulse laser, obviously. But we are going to fire on the Snow Fox. Both PPCs missing is not tremendous. We actually didn't get all that much done there, in all honesty. But the Goliath moves in. And we're hoping that this finishes it.
Let's do this.
That wasn't great hits.
Critical hit, Commander.
That Snow Fox is still doing okay, and we could sprint up over this way. This does give us obstructed LOS. We'll take it.
Affirmative.
It's not fantastic, but that Snow Fox has very little left. I want this thing gone. So we'll see what happens here, hopefully. Ooh, that's a leg destruction. I like it.
Scored a critical hit.
So the Snow Fox is going to be limping at this point. Well, kind of. I mean, it's a quad. It'll get around pretty good on 3 legs, but this is fine. No problem here. So the Irby and the Wolfhound are going to try to close in a little bit. They can't shoot at us because we're behind this building. So that's great. Hopefully you can see the building through the fog. Trust me, there's a building right here. Okay, so our Goliath is going to look to finish the job here. This is pretty free. There we go. So now we can get to the evac zone, but for now, we're going to head over and see about dealing with those reinforcements. They're pretty light, and so we would like to sprint our way over this direction. Now, they're out of LOS, but I want to check hit odds. 25 and 22. I don't think that's super worth. We're just going to sink heat.
Commander.
Same with the Goliath. We're going to sprint over this way and sink
Full
heat.
speed.
And let's see what they want to do. The lay of the land to get there is not over complicated, so I like it. Ooh, a structure exposure on a Barghest. That's fine. We're just going to have to turn it. I mean, that was the weakened location, so it's not shocking.
Good to go.
This Goliath is going to, I think, not sprint here, but it's rather going to walk to here.
Order received.
And I would love to fire on that Wolfhound. Hit odds are okay. They're not great. Yeah, we're not surprised that we missed. We need to close in here, is what we need.
Waiting for orders.
So our Barghest can get out of LOS, and the question is, can we get anywhere where we have direct LOS? We can. And we can just turn kind of like this-ish to protect our right-hand side. Ish. Maybe if we were to position here. Like so. Do it. We'll also Vigilance the Barghest, since it is one of our weakest in armor. And then we'll fire on the Wolfhound with much better odds here. We can even fire a variable speed pulse laser. We may or may not hit.
Roger.
We missed with the pulse laser. But a decent smattering of armor damage regardless.
Hey there.
Okay. So the Goliath is going to come on in behind this, and we just have obstructed LOS, sadly. We're going to fire on that Wolfhound with what we've got here. We can even Warlord it to boost these odds a little bit.
Lighting them up.
Missing the ERPPC, but getting a couple of missile hits there. Phase 14, the Wolfhound moves, fires on the Barcast, misses the large laser. That's important. It does tag the Barcast, but we probably don't care. Okay, that Irby is probably running an Ultra autocannon of some sort. Is that a UAC 20, is the question. We didn't really see.
Yes, Commander.
So that is definitely a bit complicated. I want to have the Barghast pop over, like, here.
Hauling ass.
And we'll position here. We'll fire on that Irby. Odds are not tremendously great,
Roger that.
but we're hoping to see some damage in there. Okay. It'll do.
How's it going?
Now then, this Goliath can't really get anywhere tremendously useful, so I guess we'll stay put, but I don't really like this positioning either.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
A decent hit on the Wolfhound, I suppose. The Irby moves, fires on the Barghast. We don't know what those autocannons are yet, or that autocannon. We didn't see it hit anything.
Waiting for
So the Goliath is going to close in over this way. We could close in over here, but that's not as good, in my opinion. We're going to close in over here, and we're going to continue to fire on that Wolfhound. No, not the building, the Wolfhound. Thank you.
Firing all weapons.
Missing the ERPPC yet again, but getting some armor damage on that Wolfhound. It can't take too much more of that, in all honesty. It fires on the Goliath with everything, and that may cause it to shut down. It does get a head hit. We're bleeding out, but we have 9 turns. That should be enough time. It does indeed fail its shutdown override.
Orders.
Okay, so our Barghast is going to come in over here. Now, that Irby is not in direct LOS over here, and I like that. I want to position it kind of like this.
Copy that.
We're going to Vigilance it as well, just in case. And then we're going to fire on that Wolfhound. Side arc. We can't really get away with firing a variable speed pulse laser here, so that's fine. Solid damage to the Wolfhound there, but it is by no means dead. We're going to close in a bit with the Goliath. I want to be in this side arc. And this is fine. Can we Warlord that? No.
Roger that.
Sadly. That was all armor damage, even though we
It's over the red
told it to go
line.
for
Deep
the
damage.
center torso there. Sad. This
On it.
Goliath can't get LOS on anything, so we're just going to close in.
Battle mech power up detected.
Okay, so the Wolfhound powers up. The Irby moves over. We now see that that's a UAC 10. Okay. Good to know.
Ready for orders.
So the Barghast is going to move down over here,
On my way.
and we're going to hit this Wolfhound just as hard as we can, including perhaps firing the variable speed pulse laser and not the light PPC. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fire this in SRM mode, and we're going to Warlord it. Okay, that's a leg destruction, so that's a knockdown on the Wolfhound. The Wolfhound is now bleeding out. Excellent.
Watch my heat.
Okay, this Goliath is not really going to be able to get into position to do much of anything this round. So we're going to sprint it forward. The Irby jumps. Fires on the Barghast. And only hits one UAC 10 there. The armor's holding for now. Emphasis on the for now.
Fire.
Commander.
The Goliath is going to move in over here, and we're going to check hit odds. Probably going to be on the Wolfhound. Yes. Did we fail our sensor roll? These are awful. No? Okay. We did not fail our sensor roll. We're not going to fire the ERPPC here, and we have better hit odds in SRM mode. We're going to Warlord this. They're just awful hit odds. Okay, cool. That's still enough. The Wolfhound is down.
That's a kill.
Beautiful. Okay.
Commander.
Now, this Goliath can sprint on forward, and its hit odds on this Irby are going to be pretty low. But we should be able to Warlord and boost them a bit. Yes, that is true.
Launcher.
Ooh, and a structure exposure. That's a lot of internal damage, actually. Torso destruction there means that Urban Mech loses their steady. That's fantastic. The Barghest is going to move in. We're going to continue exposing our left side to them. We cannot fire this variable speed pulse laser, but we can fire this light PPC. Hit odds aren't the best, but let's see what we get out of that. This probably isn't going to be a kill. That UAC-10 is jammed, though, so this Urban Mech doesn't have much to fire back with. He may go for a charge here. We'll see.
Scratch another target.
He just walked through fire and ejected. Okay, cool. So we're out of here. Song is down, and their remaining forces are without a commander. All that's left is a cleanup. Beautiful. So, I mean, I still feel like it was super unlucky that the Snow Fox got just wrecked in 2 turns with high evasive pips. But, I mean, that's the reason why I feel like the statement that light mechs are still good in RogueTech is bad, right? Because that sort of thing happens. It very much does. And it's okay. I mean, we were able to pull it out, but no real problem there. But that's why I don't run light mechs. Like, sure, evasion is great until it isn't. I'd rather have armor, ultimately. So I don't think we care necessarily about any of these parts. Anything good down here? I mean, the variable speed pulse laser, there's a UAC-20. That's a pretty decent weapon. We could take one of those to have ammo for the UAC-20. This is 2 tons of ammo for it. We might as well take that as well. And then I guess we'll take, like, Barghest parts. Cool. 3 light PPCs, we've got 3 of them. UAC-10, we've got 3 of those. Generic armor, case, a light engine. Clan FCS, we might want to keep that around. A double heatsink kit, if we can actually get rid of that. Light ferro armor, that's actually pretty decent to have around too. Generic structure, Artemis 4 LRM ammo. We don't actually have any of that in stock, so that seems good. The question then becomes, is this the consecutive deployment? Or is there a consecutive deployment? I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. This may also be the end of the flashpoint. I mean, I think it's classified as a long flashpoint, which is what, 3 to 5 missions? 4 to 6? Something like that. I can't remember the exact classification. But regardless, it is classified as a long flashpoint. So this may or may not be the end, and we may or may not have a consecutive deployment here. If we do, that will absolutely be another episode. Okay, so we do have a debrief here. Good work, Commander. I will put these into production right away. Command was rather impressed with your performance. We've dropped a prototype off for you as well as some of the other gear we found in the cache. Keep your comm open, Commander. I may have more tests for you in the future. We were more like crash test dummies than test pilots. We'll see what our allies left us. So I guess it's over. Okay, cool. What do we get? LBX cluster, we get a UAC-20, incendiary MRM ammo, a Snow Fox. Seriously. Okay, that's not great.
That mech is ready
Cool.
to fight, Commander.
Well, I guess that's the thing. Sure. Did we get enough parts to make any of those into an actual full mech? I don't think we did, but let's check. And we're probably just going to send the Snow Fox to storage immediately. Like, I don't think we're ever going to use a 20-tonner, if I'm honest. For the reasons that I just stated. Like, evasive is great until it isn't and you get one shot. So I guess let's just check through here real quick. I wish there was a way to sort by, like, available parts. That'd be neat, but there isn't, so what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, we've got this heavy carrier we can get rid of. Sure. I think overall we didn't get enough, but we got a few parts and we learned how quads work, which is kind of the most important thing, so I'm reasonably pleased with that. It is definitely past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we are going to go in search of additional challenge. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.